Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Who Wants to Be a Millionaire Animation Edition, episode 6 of season 7 of the game show. And we're back with another wonderful episode with another familiar face from the past. We have with us Mr. Paul Astell, a movie blogger, film lover, animation lover himself. Welcome back to the show. How are you?
Hi, nice to be back.
Thanks for coming back. And for people who didn't see the previous episodes or don't know who you are, can you introduce yourself and what do you do?
Yeah, so I'm a blogger. I run Feeling Animated. You should find that if you Google it, it's usually the first result. It's a general animation blog. It mostly covers things from around the kind of 90s, that kind of period, in my childhood, that kind of thing, but it covers all sorts. I'm just about to come up to a lot of Pixar reviews. The posting schedule's gone crazy. It's very, very slow, but if you stick around, they will come out eventually, so you will be seeing those over the coming months. I've done all of the Disney films, lots of Pixar to come. As I said, there's a few Ghibli films, there's a little of everything, book reviews. So yeah, if you're into animation, please stop by. It would be good to have you.
Sounds good, and I'll post a link to that down below. And for everyone else who's new to this is a 12-question multiple choice game show about anything remotely related to the field of animation. As long as Paul keeps getting questions right, he goes high up the ladder. Once he gets one wrong, that's the end of the game. And he leaves with the last number of points or last safe haven. He has 3 lifelines to help him, 50-50, gets rid of 2 wrong answers. Phone a friend if he chooses, he can call someone for help. Or ask the expert. This season, our expert is Mr. Sean Nasudi, film blogger and writer for the Disney Insider, who won the game show last season. So I've asked him all the questions this season, and Paul can see if he wants to ask Sean and go with his answer or not. And if Paul gets to the 32,000 mark, he gets the 4th lifeline to swap a question for another one worth the same amount of points. And after that lengthy introduction, Paul, are you ready to play Millionaire?
Yeah, let's go.
Let's go. I'm going to share my screen. Can you see it?
Yeah, there we go.
Almost Millionaire Animation Edition. And I lost my mouse. Where is it? There we go. And remember, the yellow ones are your benchmarks. Once you get to those, you can't lose them no matter what. Great. And everyone, again, this is Sean Nasudi. Check out his blog at Rhode Island Movie Corner at rimovicorner.blogspot.com, as well as the Disney Insider. And you could read this. Paul has read this already. So yeah, I'm going to go ahead and continue. 500 points, Paul. Let's go. What is the title of the animated television series from 1992 to 1997, based on a Marvel Comics series featuring characters such as Wolverine, Beast, and Storm? Is it X-Men, Z-Men, B-Men, or D-Men?
I haven't seen it, but luckily I have heard of these characters. I do know the property. I'm thinking this is going to be the X-Men. So I'll say A, X-Men, final answer.
And nothing's final until you say final answer. So take your time. But for this one, I think you know your answer is correct. I didn't grow up with X-Men, so I never see this show, and I've never seen any of the movies either. So I know as little about X-Men as most people seem to.
I'm not sure what channel that was on. I don't think maybe it was Cartoon Network. I don't remember it.
I think in America it was on WB, if I'm not mistaken, or Fox Kids. I'm not sure. But anyway, you got that right, so that's important. And the next one is 1,000 points. I have to remind you, if you get that wrong, you leave with nothing. I don't think it's going to happen, but just have to remind you. Let's go. 1,000 points. The animated 2007 film TMNT features ninjas named Leonardo, Donatello, Michelangelo, and Raphael, who are all what type of animals? Are they A, turkeys, B, turtles, C, tigers, or D, tapirs?
Again, I haven't seen the film, but luckily I do again know the names. I know these characters. Slight delay here in the slides. I'm just waiting to see which one has the answer.
Where are you stuck on now?
I can see A, turkeys, but I can't see the other 3.
Really? That's odd.
There we go.
Okay.
That's done it. So it will be B, I think, Turtles, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Is that your final answer?
Yeah, B, final answer.
Okay, you were pretty confident about that. Your answer is Correct. Congratulations, you have 1,000 points no matter what you do today. So I this was the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles property that I ever watched. This 2007 movie. I didn't grow up with the comic books or the other shows or movies, so this was kind of my introduction to them. Were you a fan of this characters?
I didn't see the original show. I think that was sort of the 80s maybe, so I was a bit before my time, and I've never seen them in a film. But of course, they're so popular, everyone knows those names now.
Yeah.
To think of them before the painters. But, yeah, I would have liked to have seen the Teenage Mutant Ninja tapirs. That sounds good.
Well, for that, we will have to pitch that idea to the studio. All right, or I'm just imagining the Renaissance painters and thinkers being ninjas. That's something else right there. Okay, Paul, you did wonderful. You have all your lifelines still. Let's give you 2,000 points. What is the title of the animated 2021 Disney Plus series that takes place after the events of the animated 2001 Pixar film Monsters, Inc.? A. Monsters at Work. B. Monsters in the Office. C. Monsters on the Prowl. Or D. Monsters R Us.
I still haven't got Disney Plus, and amazingly enough,
but it's available in the UK, right?
Yeah, we do have it, but I'm holding off. I'm very old-fashioned. I don't really do streaming yet. I should.
Yeah, I'm like you. I prefer having the physical copies, but if I'm gonna pay for any streaming service, it will be Disney Plus.
Yeah, same. I think I will get this eventually, but of course I follow lots of Disney-related pages, so I've certainly seen the adverts, and I think this one. Just wondering between the first two, it's something to do with work. I don't think it was Monsters in the Office. I'm pretty sure it's Monsters at Work.
How sure are you?
I'd say about 85-90%. I think it's pretty likely, I think.
Well, you could take, if you get it wrong, go down to 1,000, or you could take the guess, or using the lifeline. Up to you.
I have a feeling I might need those later. I'm almost certain it's Monsters at Work. I'm going to go final answer with Monsters at Work. I think that's the one.
Okay, and the other one you were thinking was In the Office, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
it doesn't have quite the same range.
You're 90% sure, which is pretty good. If you get it right, you keep going. You get it wrong, it was nice having you. Paul, your answer is correct. Congratulations.
Good.
I'm like halfway through this show, and I actually like it a lot. They bring back a lot of the original voice cast. So like John Goodman comes back as Sully, and Billy Crystal, as Mike, and some of the other characters. But then the show's about these new characters, pretty much. And they're like the maintenance team for Monsters Inc. So that's kind of what the show's about, the maintenance team. So.
If you didn't ask what their names were, because that would have thrown me off.
I don't think that's a 2,000 point worthy question. But if you ever get Disney Plus, I recommend giving this show a shot. All right, Paul, you're doing amazing. You have all your lifelines. 5,000. Let's go. The animated 1963 Disney canon film, The Sword in the Stone, tells the story of which legendary figure's early years? Is it A. Hercules, B. King Arthur, C. Beowulf, or D. Odysseus?
Well, Disney canon, this is my strong suit.
It's right up your alley.
Yeah, this is good. Well, they've definitely done two of these. I don't think they've ever covered Beowulf, surprisingly. I'd like to see Disney's Beowulf. Odysseus just gets mentioned in Hercules, I know, and yeah, this one is definitely 100% King Arthur, definitely.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Well, you pretty sure about that? Was this film based on the guy who did The Flower? Your answer is correct. Yeah, in America we have a King Arthur flower. I don't know if you have it there, but
I don't think we do.
Yeah, it's a popular brand here. So yeah, King Sword in the Stone, which they're one of those that they're remaking and giving a live action spin on. So well, I guess they've done enough live action King Arthur's and other studios. So Disney's like, let's give this a go. We'll see see what happens there.
True.
I
And
like
it
this.
might benefit from it. I mean, it's not one of their better ones, so.
I like this film a lot. Actually, this is like in my top favorite of the Disney canon.
Mhm.
So
I don't mind it. It's a bit. It's got some like strange pacing issues.
that's true. Yeah, I won't lie that the pacing ain't the best, but I also grew up with it, so it could be nostalgia. But I just love the wizard's duel scene at the end. That's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite, scene in a Disney film.
Yeah, it's very good. I love Madam Mim. And I mean, I can't judge. I like dinosaurs, so I grew up with dinosaur, and everybody hates that. So
I like Chicken Little, so I don't know what I'm doing running a game show, but we'll see. All right, Paul, you have all your lifelines. You're 3 away from this next benchmark, 10,000. Let's go. Which film director voices the pufferfish Sykes in the animated 2004 DreamWorks animation film Shark Tale? Francis Ford Coppola, Martin Scorsese, Quentin Tarantino, Woody Allen.
Oh, I remember Shark Tale. Oh.
I stumped you finally.
Let's see. I don't think it was Woody Allen. I'm pretty sure he's not the one. Trying to think, because it's got Shark Tale has that kind of gangster vibe, doesn't it? It's got that weird gangster story, and he's.
Take your time. You have your lifelines if you need them.
Trying to think. Sykes. He's not. No, because the lead shark guy, that was the Don, the head guy. So that wasn't Sykes. He was Thingamabob's boss, Will Smith's boss. I can't see Tarantino being in Shark Tale somehow. That doesn't really sound like his cup of tea. Could it be Coppola? No. I feel like it's A or B. It's one of these two.
You have your expert if you want to use that, and he's generally good with DreamWorks or 50-50. Or you could take a guess. It's up to you.
Yeah. I feel like I'll probably save the experts. That there are loads of other DreamWorks films I haven't seen that I'll probably need him for. So I've seen this one. I need to get this. I know this.
Take your time. If you get it wrong, you go down to 1,000.
I mean, Scorsese is known for doing this kind of like that kind of gangster type thing. So it seemed like his kind of area. Scorsese. That does ring a bell. I'm sure I remember hearing his name in the adverts for it all that time ago. Angelina Jolie, Will Smith, Renee Zellweger, and I'm sure he was in it. I'm sure it's Martin. Oh, I don't want to take the risk. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. Again, I think I'm about 80-90% sure. I'm pretty sure it's Martin Scorsese, so I'm going to take the risk. Final answer, B.
Okay, you were deliberating between A and B. You went with B. You get this right, you keep going. You get it wrong, it's the end of the game. Paul, your answer is correct.
I was going to say, nobody else made sense.
That was a nail biter. Yeah, he even looks like him somewhat in that picture.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
The eyebrows.
The eyebrows and the eyes. But yeah, Scorsese was I think he's the voice that stand out to me the most in this movie.
Yeah. I don't know how they got him involved in this. Good grief.
I don't think he ever acted again after that, did he? In anything.
Oh.
So after Shark Tale, he was like, that's it.
Yeah.
But uh what's the word? Hot take is I actually like Shark Tale. I like it more than I know most people hate it, but I enjoy it. I have no problem with it really.
I can see it being a bit of a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
It's like so bad it's good kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like it's not. I'm not saying it's the best movie ever made, but I do have fun with it. So
Yeah.
well, Paul, you did a brave thing. You took a guess, so you still have all your lifelines. You're 2 away from the next benchmark. Let's see if we can get you at least to there. 20,000. What is the name of the daycare where Woody and the other toys are accidentally sent to in the animated 2010 Pixar film Toy Story 3? A. Sunnyside Daycare. B. Green Acres Daycare. C. Rosewood Daycare. Or D. Briar Patch Daycare.
Like I'm very lucky this time with these questions because I love Toy Story 3. This is really good. This is one of my favorites.
If I remember correctly, I think you had a Toy Story 3 question as well in the last game.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think it was about Lotso's question about Lotso's owner, and you got that right.
Yeah, this is one of my favorites. I love the Toy Stories. I'm not sure about the fourth one actually. I have to admit, it's okay. It's fine, but it's not quite as good as the other three. I sort of wish they'd left it as a trilogy, but what can you do, Disney? Let's see. Because I'm pretty sure it sort of the name kind of clashes with what it's actually like. I feel like I'm going so fast, but I'm pretty sure it's Sunnyside because I can just remember Lotso saying it's like Sunnyside, like growling about it. And it's like obviously not sunny at all. So, and that clown, I remember the clown talking about it a lot. Yeah, I'm just thinking, but did they say anything about the Green Acres, Briar Patch? Don't ring a bell. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is Sunnyside. Yeah, keep my lifelines for the second half. I'll say Sunnyside, final answer.
How sure are you?
I'm pretty much 100%. I can remember him saying that word.
That's a pretty good percentage to have. Well, Paul, your answer is correct. Yeah, Toy Story 3 it's my favorite of the Toy Story films, and it's my third favorite Pixar film overall as well. I just love this one. And Toy Story 4 is weak, I admit, but I like it more than Toy Story 2. I'm not a fan of Toy Story 2 much.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know a lot of people love that, but to me it's okay.
Yeah, it's fair enough. I agree about this one. Definitely like right up there, top 5. I think it's my favorite, to be honest. It's really good.
It used to be my favorite before, or my second favorite before Inside Out came out, and then I like that number 2. And Monsters Inc. is my number 1. So
I think I would probably say maybe Finding Nemo is probably my number 1, and then Wall-E's up there. I like that one as well.
Okay, nice. Well, Paul, you're doing amazing at keeping all your lifelines. So the next one was 32,000. If you get that right, you will have that no matter what, and you will get that 4th lifeline to switch the question. So if you get it wrong, you go down to 1,000. 32, let's go. Excuse me. Which of the following direct-to-video animated Scooby-Doo films had a direct-to-video sequel to it released in 2019? This is Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost, Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, or Scooby-Doo and the Alien Invaders. Are you into the Scooby-Doo films?
Well, I've seen all 4 of these, but I only followed them up to, I think, about whichever one of these was last. I think it might have been Alien Invaders. I haven't really been following them since then, so I'm a bit... this one is the first one that's really got me.
Take your time. You have the lifelines if you need them.
Let's see. I mean, with these options, my gut went to like Zombie Island, possibly. That's the one I'm leaning towards because I feel like that was the most popular. But I'm not sure because I think I remember seeing something somewhere about the was it the Hex Girls being possibly brought back to something? I don't know if that was about this sequel or not. Which one were they? I suppose they would have been from Witch's Ghost, maybe. So I don't know if it's that. Not sure about that one. I don't think it's the Cyber Chase because that was a very sort of self-contained story. I don't see that having a sequel really. I think I might have to go with a lifeline for the first time here.
Well, that's what they're for.
Yeah.
What do you want, a 50-50 or ask Sean?
I know this is probably a bit out of Sean's area because he's more Disney sided like me. I don't know if he would have followed these. I think I might go for the 50-50 with this one just to see what it does.
Is that a final answer? Do you want the 50-50?
Yeah, let's go 50-50.
Okay, you said you're leaning towards A or C, right?
Yeah, one of those two, I think.
Okay, let's see what the 50-50 gives you. Let's go to 2 wrong answers. It's A or C.
Oh no.
So you could use another lifeline if you want as well. Or take a guess. You get it right, you reach the benchmark and you get that extra lifeline. You get it wrong, you go down to 1,000, and that's the end of the game. I'm sorry. That was totally randomized.
I'm trying to think. I don't know. What should I go with? Should I go with the more popular one, or should I follow that Hex Girls hunch? Am I right there? Was that to do with a sequel, or? I'm trying to think. What has been advertised recently as Scooby-Doo? There was that Scoob thing. I don't. That was in theaters. That was in theaters, so that's not this. I didn't see that. What have I got? I've got the expert.
Yeah, that's it. You just have the expert.
It's the expert. I feel like he might not know this. I don't want to waste him. If he's watching and he's sitting there going, I do know it, just ask me. He probably does. I can't remember seeing any kind of advertising for this, but I suppose if it was direct to video again, and in 2019 as well, I suppose they wouldn't advertise it too much. I'm not sure.
Or technically, another option you have is to walk away with 20,000 and hope to come back for round 2. But I don't know if you want to walk away if you have lifelines. So
I suppose I could try the expert, but then if he doesn't know and I've wasted it, and then
your call.
Let's take a guess. Oh. I know the Hex Girls have come back already. I'm sure they've already been in like 2 at least, but I only ever saw them in that one. I feel like I did hear something about Zombie Island, because that's the most popular one. You would think that would make the most sense. It was one of the first ones from the 90s. Do I want to take the risk? Yeah, why not? I think I want to save the expert for later, so I think I'm going to say Zombie Island, final answer.
Wow. How sure do you think you are?
I feel like maybe about maybe 60-ish%, like more than half.
That's good, I guess, for a two answer question.
I'm sure I heard something about it somewhere.
Well, Paul, you get this right, you get 32,000, and you can't lose that, and you get the extra switch the question lifeline. You get this wrong, sorry, but it was nice having you. Paul, your answer is correct. Congratulations. You have 32,000 points no matter what, and you have to switch the question lifeline, so you can kind of take a breather. Yeah, the sequel is called Scooby-Doo Return to Zombie Island. It came out in 2019 because if you remember, I think the only Zombie Island was the only Scooby-Doo movie where it wasn't like a guy in a mask. It was actually like real zombies. So in the sequel, I think Velma's the one who's like, I wish we solve that mystery. And so they made this sequel to kind of go back and solve it. It's not that good, but
of course. But now I see the picture. Yeah, that does ring a bell. I knew I'd seen something about it somewhere.
But you're right. The Hex Girls did come back. I forget what movie they were in. I think they were in another movie, but they were also in an episode of that Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. There was a show Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. So they're also an episode of that as well.
I wonder if that's where I saw them, maybe.
Well, Paul, you made it to 32,000. No matter what you do today, you can't leave it less than that. And you have 3 lifelines now. You still have 2 experts, and you have to switch the question. So you relax a little bit, but we want to get into the million. So let's keep going. 64,000.
Right.
What was the first Pixar short to win the Academy Award for Best Animated Short Film? Was it Luxo Jr., Red's Dream, Tin Toy, or Knick Knack?
Pixar shorts, I'm a bit sort of hit and miss with those. I've seen some of them, I haven't seen all of them. Let's see, I know Luxo Jr. was the first overall, but did that get the award? I feel like it didn't. I've reviewed Luxo Jr. and I don't think it did. I think it was nominated. I don't think it's Red's Dream, because I've barely heard of that. I think that's a later one. I don't think that was, this will have been the 80s, and I don't think that's from there. I mean, maybe it is, but I think it's one of the other 3. Let's think. Knick Knack, that is the one with the dancing toys, the snow globes. It's a fun one. And then Tin Toy has the baby. I feel like it might be Tin Toy. I'm going between that or Luxo Jr. because I know the baby. I think that was one of the first times that they'd done a person in computer animation, so it was quite revolutionary. And obviously Pixar had got a bit more clout by then. They'd been around a little bit longer, so I think because Luxo Jr. was about 86-ish, and then I think Tin Toy was maybe like 88. So let's think. Which won it?
Yes, which one? Which was the first to win it? Yep.
Did Luxo Jr. win or not? Do I have the 50-50 back again?
No, that's gone.
No.
Sorry.
I've already used that one up.
No, you have you can ask Sean, or you have to switch the question.
I feel like Sean would know this, but I don't know. I'm pretty sure I do. I'm leaning towards.
You can ask Paul instead. Take your time.
So I'm trying to save my lifelines for later because I'm sure there'll be a question comes up about like PBS or something I have no knowledge of. I'm going to need the expert. But he would know this because it is Pixar, so I don't know.
Also keep in mind it's Pixar short, not a film. So
That's true.
he might be like you.
It,
Or not.
it
Or not.
has, I'm sure it's A or C, but just it's nominations versus winning.
Which are you more leaning towards right now?
I'm leaning towards Tin Toy. I'm sure I've read that baby is what clinched the award for them that time. I feel like something, because Luxo Jr., if it was 86, I suppose it would have been nominated in 87. And I'm sure something else won it in 87, something random. As I say, I should get this because I've reviewed Luxo Jr., so I've read up on this. I think it's Tin Toy. I'm leaning towards that. It's not Knick Knack. It's definitely not Red's Dream. 1988 Tin Toy. And I think Luxo Jr. was nominated, and I think Tin Toy won. I think I might take the risk and save my lifeline. Yeah. Let's take the risk. Let's say Tin Toy. Final answer.
We're taking a lot of risks today, Paul, but they're paying off. Is this another one?
Playing dangerously.
It's between Luxo Jr. and Tin Toy, according to you. And if you get it right, you keep going. You get it wrong, you leave with 32,000, which is still a good number to leave with. Your answer is correct.
I did it again.
Ooh, you have a good gut, Paul. Yeah, this was the first. Luxo Jr. was nominated, you're right, but it didn't win. So Tin Toy was the one that actually won. And as you can see, I think I read something also about the baby clinching the deal. I'm not 100% sure about that, but it definitely was a precursor or inspiration, at least, to Toy Story. So
yeah, I thought it looked familiar.
Yep, you got it right, Paul. Oh, yeah, you're 4 away from the million, and you still have 2 lifelines. You still have. Did you use any experts yet?
No, I haven't used them yet.
No. Okay, you have 3. You have 3 lifelines. Sorry, you have your 2 experts and your switch. So this is exciting. You might get to the million. Let's see. 125,000, Paul. Which celebrity appeared as a guest star in an episode of Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, the show from 2019 to present, that served as a sequel of sorts to an episode of the new Scooby-Doo movies, the one from 1972, 1973, which she also guest starred in? Here, we're just talking about this. So, A, Goldie Hawn, B, Jodie Foster, C, Sandy Duncan, or D, Shirley MacLaine?
Are
you familiar with this Scooby-Doo show or the other Scooby-Doo show?
I don't think I am. I did like Scooby-Doo growing up, but I think I only ever saw sort of scattered episodes of like the original, maybe like the 60s film, and then there was the 80s one where it was just like Shaggy and Scooby and Scrappy and they eliminated everybody else. And then new Scooby-Doo movies, I might have seen some of those, but you get them all mixed together. There's so many shows. I definitely haven't seen Scooby-Doo and Guess Who.
Take your time. You have your expert. You could ask Sean, or you could just swap this out for another question.
This might be a good candidate for swapping because I have no idea. And I don't know if you would know because this is, again, it's not Disney related, so it's a bit of a gamble. I'm getting so many Scooby-Doo questions. I wish I'd brushed up on Scooby.
Sorry, and it was all randomized. I didn't plan it that way.
I could swap. Knowing my luck, I'll probably get something even harder, but I couldn't even guess with this. I have no idea. Yeah, why not? Now we're getting a bit higher. I'm less hesitant about the lifelines. So yeah, I think I'll switch this if that's all right, to get a different one.
Final answer?
Yeah, final answer.
Okay, so we'll swap this for something else, but just for fun, what would you have guessed here?
Maybe Sandy Duncan. The others all seem a bit too famous for Scooby-Doo.
You told me Sandy Duncan, final answer. You'd have been right.
I should have gone with the guys.
Yes, so the new Scooby-Doo movies, they were 1 hour long episodes where a famous celebrity or character would be the guest star in that episode. So they had Sandy Duncan in one, they had Don Knotts in one, they had Don Adams, they had Batman in one. And then this new show, Scooby-Doo and Guess Who, is kind of paying tribute to that old show by doing the same thing, except it's half an hour episodes and they're having guest stars. So they have like Whoopi Goldberg in one. They had Morgan Freeman in one, and Sandy Duncan they brought back. So the episode in of that is actually a sequel to the episode she was in like 50 years ago. So I thought that was kind of cool. So
Yeah, that sounds quite good.
anyway, we swapped that. So you get another one worth 125,000. You still have your two experts. Let's see the question. Hopefully you like it better. The titular character in the animated 1992 Scooby Studio Ghibli film Porco Rosso was a former military aviator during which war? It's the Vietnam War, World War One, Korean War, or World War II. Is this a better question or a worse question?
It is a bit better. Yeah, I've seen this once, so that's better than nothing.
Take your time. You have your expert, but again, I'd remind you, he said he's not good with Studio Ghibli.
Yeah, I saw it once. I keep meaning to go back to it because it's got quite a strong like cult fan base, and I don't remember finding it very interesting the first time round because it's one of Miyazaki's, of course, very plane focused films, and I didn't care for The Wind Rises. I wasn't wild about this. I'm not that into planes really, so. But it was all right. I will give it another chance eventually. But anyway, former military aviator during which war? I'm pretty sure it wasn't the Vietnam War just off the bat, because that was more like modern. I don't think it was set in the 70s. The Korean War, I mean, it is a Japanese film, but then now that I think about it, I remember. I think it's supposed to be set in Europe, so it's probably not Korean War again then. I'm between B and D. One or two. I mean, it has that red-headed girl. I think is it Theo? She is like an engineer type, and that seems unlikely for World War One. It was World War One was more like trench type stuff, and planes were not very advanced at that point. I feel like World War Two makes most sense. To think of some details. What were people wearing? There's a lounge singer in a like long dress, I think, and she's like entertaining the troops, and that kind of feels more like World War II, maybe. Yeah, World War One. What was it like? Gas masks, trenches. Not much in the way of planes. And Miyazaki grew up during World War II. He was born into it. Yeah, I think it might be. I'm leaning towards World War II. I think it had that kind of 40s feel to it, and it fits Miyazaki. It fits the European theme.
So again, just to remind you, you get it right, you go to 250,000. You get it wrong, you leave with 32,000, or you could walk away with 64,000 and hope to come back for round two.
I won't use the expert because, as you say, he's not great with Ghibli. So, and I have seen this, so I'll be annoyed if I don't get this because I have been there once. It feels like we're too far in to take risks, but I'm pretty confident about World War II. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, World War II. Let's say final answer.
Okay, how sure are you?
About 85%.
Okay, well, your gut hasn't let you down yet. Will it keep going? Paul, you get this right, you keep going, you get it wrong. You was nice having you. Your answer is wrong.
Oh
I'm so
no.
sorry. You leave with 32. It was World War One, actually.
Uh,
Yeah, it takes he does his fighting in 1920 in the he was a fighter in World War One, and most of the movie takes place in like the 20s afterwards. So it's just before World War Two, but yeah, he was Italian World War One fighter. So
oh dear.
I am so sorry, but you did it. You had an amazing run. You leave with 32,000, and if there's a round two, I'll let you know if you're in the top five, and then most likely there's a high chance of that. But I'll be in touch with you. And I had a fun time. And before we go, is there anything else you want to say, or how could we go find you?
Yeah, you can find me at Feeling Animated. The full address is feelinganimatedblog.wordpress.com. But if you put my name or the Feeling Animated into Google, it should come up. And yeah, there's over 200 articles on there, film reviews, book reviews, all sorts of things. There's lots more coming up. It might take a while to arrive. It's very slow. I'm being worked into the ground, 2 jobs, but what can you do? But yeah, I'd appreciate you stopping by if you're into animation. And yeah, just thanks again for having me. It has been really fun. I got some good questions there. Lots of Pixar.
I had a good time too, and this is one of the most exciting episodes of the season so far. And for anyone else watching, we've gone through 6 contestants. There's still 4 more to go. Maybe one of them can make it to the million. If not, we'll have a round 2 in the top 5. We'll be back. So stay tuned until then. Take care. Bye.
Bye.